everybody. This is Big Stack Numismatics. I want to welcome all my fellow coin collectors out there. It is Saturday, July 24th. I have an awesome coin to show you, another early US commemorative coin. And this is the Oregon Trail Memorial coin in MS67 condition. So before we do anything else, I'm just going to give you a quick look because this is such a pretty coin to look at. Some of the details there. And the reverse here, covered wagon. So yeah, this is a 1938. There was 6,006 of these minted from Philadelphia in 1938. And again, on the obverse here, we see a Native American holding his hand out in a sign of peace, is what is officially said. Some people had speculated that it's a sign of saying, don't come any further west. This is a really iconic design, one of my favorite commemoratives that is out there. And I thought I'd just share with you just kind of a brief history of kind of why this coin was minted, as well as some details on this current coin and the kind of the state of collecting these. So the Oregon Trail, of course, we're talking about an early 19th century trail that people took from kind of the heartland of the United States at the time west into Oregon. And of course, earlier in the very early 19th century, you had Lewis and Clark and their expedition that kind of forged a way of, here's where you can walk and here's where you can't. There's a lot of, pitfalls when you're going through some real treacherous territory, including the Rocky Mountains. But yeah, a lot of people went west after the Louisiana Purchase, and let's just put it this way: there's a man named Ezra Meeker who, when he was probably 22, he took his wife and his infant child, and they went to Oregon in 1852. And he lived to be 95, and in his later years, he wanted to commemorate the Oregon Trail, so he retraced his steps several times and wanted to put up markers to show where the trail was. And he went before Congress. And of course, if you look at this cool covered wagon automobile that he was driving when he was 90, he went to Congress and asked for a commemorative coin to be issued, of which the profits could be used to commemorate the Oregon Trail, put up signs, and make sure that history was not forgotten. And there was a law passed that was allowing the minting of these, and they just swung for the moon. They authorized up to 6 million of these coins to be minted, and unlike some of the other early commemoratives, that is an insane amount of coins, and we'll come back to that in just a second. But at any rate, beautiful coin, obviously, and here's a picture of Ezra's grave, and you can see this the covered wagon design put on there. These pictures were from Wikipedia, by the way. So going back to this whole idea of these mintages, and I mentioned this particular coin here has a mintage of 6,006, and they authorized 6 million, right? So a couple of different stunts. When I was doing some research on this specific coin, the Oregon Trail Association, I believe that's what it was called. They started to do. They wanted more and more, I think, to be done with the money that was made from this, and they realized that they could mint as many or as little as they wanted to. They could sell a bunch to speculators. They charged, depending upon which mintage and or which mint and which coin, speculators were buying them up, and you could $5, $7, $12 per coin. And of course, in the interest of helping to commemorate the Oregon Trail. And this particular typeset of the Oregon Trail Memorial coin was minted between 1926 and 1939. It's the longest run of a commemorative. And interestingly enough, there's a lot of people that were really disappointed and kind of turned off to commemorative coins as a result of this lasting so long, and kind of some of the games that were being played with how few were minted here and there and all that. But actually, Congress passed a law later in 1939 that said no more coins could be minted for ones that were designed prior to 1939, in an effort to make sure that this coin was not going to be minted anymore, because it had already had a 13-year run. And the people joked at the time, or actually not at the time, but that had Congress not passed that specific law, you could potentially have seen Oregon Trail $50 being minted even in 1980, because there's so much room to mint these, and the people that were behind it and kind of in charge of that were kind of abusing that a little bit. But as a result of that law, and also World War II, there was no commemorative coins minted for the next 6 years. And then after that, of course, there was just only a couple issued. The Booker T. Washington and the Carver one, I believe, came after this. But kind of interesting. It doesn't, even though there's some shenanigans regarding the minting of these, it's still a beautifully designed coin. And of course, this one here in MS67. When I was looking for one of these, I wanted to get one that really showed off that design well. It still had good mint luster. And so I'm very, very happy with this coin. I spent a little less than $500 for this when I picked it up, which in my opinion was a pretty good price. When I'm trying to find a specific coin and I look at all the ones that are available either through Heritage or through eBay or through local sources or coin shows or whatever, I personally would like, if it's got really beautiful even toning, that appeals to me, but also I want to be able to see the design and kind of enjoy that. I feel like this kind of fits that bill. Very, very light toning, but you can see all of the details in this specific piece. So at any rate, if we take a look here at I'm just going to throw up here the PCGS certification page for this. You'll see that in this particular case, there's a population of 137 of this specific date and mint. The PCGS is graded 34 higher than this, and MS68 apparently. And they are listing a current value of this for $600. I think these can go for, could go, and if you see, like, even back in 2007, this specific coin had sold for $978. And then, of course, a couple years ago for $475 in 2017. If we look at a closer of this price chart, going back to the 1970s up through current date, it peaked in around 1990. They were saying a value of like $3,000, which is crazy, right? And it crashed back down in 95 to about 1,000, and then went up a little bit in the mid 2000s, and then back down to the lowest it's been since probably 1985. Here, where it says it's this specific value for MS67 being at $600. So I don't know. I guess it doesn't bother me that it's come down from where it was at. We know that in the numismatic world, demand drives everything, and of course, how many people are in the industry and desiring coins like this, and how many sell, all help to come up with where they perceive that value to be. But to have a coin that's in this condition in my hand for less than $500 makes me feel very, very happy, because it's a beautiful coin. So, yeah, I guess just another nice early U.S. commemorative to add to the collection. I remember when I went to Rapid City a couple months ago on vacation, we saw lots of evidence of tribute to the Oregon Trail, even though technically the Oregon Trail did not go that far north into South Dakota, according to the maps that I've seen. But there's a lot of markers that were commemorating that along the way in South Dakota. So kind of a very cool thing. I would love to trace that route and look at those markers that they put in as a result of this process. But there you have it. Another really cool early U.S. commemorative. One more quick look here at the reverse up close. there you have it. This is Big Sack Numismatics. I sure appreciate you watching, and we'll be back at you real soon. Have a good one.